Okay, good morning. That is the 8:30 bell that just rang. I'm looking at two zones here, two high quality zones, potentially three. This is going to be a little bit of a longer, probably raw footage, but we're going to see. I just want to take a look. Excuse me. So let me make sure that you can see this. Everything I'm looking at, yeah. On the right side, this book map. This is probably one of the most important things that I look at. So I should probably make it bigger. But right now, I'm looking at some quality pieces. Number one is this low volume node, formed relatively early, 6 a.m. Relatively late in the overnight session. And then number two up here, when we created it off the overnight sell-off, and then tested it here at 7 a.m. So that might be something I'm interested to see. Over on this zone, we have some passive selling that started to weigh in after the first attempt, and probably around 4 a.m. started loading up orders at these 780s. So a move up there to try to see if we could get a move lower would be interesting. But we're also doing a little dance with this zone here, so we're gonna just have to see. I'm a fan of waiting the first 5 minutes, but we'll probably be able to do that. Yesterday, there was the AWS outages across the United States, which affected Top Step. So it was a no trade date for me on this Monday the 20th. No trade day for me. Brokers were down. So a lot of positive delta stacking up here. See if I've got my broker pulled up too. Yeah, we're on this combine. I'm not really a fan of this node here. I don't think it's really going to do much. Down here, the small one. Now, what I am interested in seeing how it holds up is this node here, kind of this whole area of low volume. We bounced last night, overnight this morning, 3 a.m., and we bounced once. So that could be another point of interest. We're just going to have to see. We're just going to have to be patient and wait. I am a fan of this top one up here, though. A lot of trap selling. It's a big delta down there. All right, looks like we're kind of coming up to this area that I've got them drawn out on the broker. Looks like we switched contracts too. Let's see. I don't want to mess around in the middle here, so we're still forming this 8:30 candle. Probably be best just to wait for that 8:30 candle to close. I think there was a lot of volume done here at these 8:10s. I mean at 8:10 a.m. All right, here we're coming up to this nice area that I like. This overnight low volume node that was formed at 10:45 last night. Aggressive selling. Let's see. Last time we approached this, we dropped. So I would be looking to catch a short position up here if I can see some nice signs of absorption. All right, let's see. Yeah, I like these selling passive sellers stacking up. I want to see us try that though. And also that big ass order that's been sitting up there for a while, since like 4 in the morning. Just want to see one more pop up into that. I want to be able to see this better. That's why I removed it. Wow, look at all that trap buying up there. All that aggressive buying. 127, 145, 144. Yeah, big chunks up there. Potentially one more attempt, or are we just going to clear it? Yeah, I'm a fan of shorts with this. I'm going to up the size to 3 lots. Man, so much positive delta here. Okay, here's a pop-up. Aggressive pop-up into absorption is usually a good sign for a reversal. Let's see. A little bit higher. Just want to see us take this out. Absorb. Okay. It was kind of meh. Okay, I'll go ahead and try it here. I don't know where I'm going to invalidate this trade, but probably like these 80s is probably going to be a invalidation for sure. We could also break out here, so really just watching this here at this value area high shifted. I want to see us fail this high. That's my goal. That's what I'm looking for. But we could break out higher. We could break right through it. We're just going to have to see. And I would be speculating that break below VWAP as well. and we would be able to clear this low volume node. I mean, so the idea is that as soon as we get under VWAP, right, I think that these buyers are going to panic. They're trapped. My speculation is that if we can get below VWAP, the buyers will panic, and we'll get a clean push through the low volume node. And is my camera still running yet? I just gotta check. Am I at break even? Yeah, basically. So I'd like us to, if we don't break out here and I get stopped, I'd like us to just inverse this low volume node again. That's what I would speculate happening. Sellers are getting aggressive here. Okay. I like that these sellers are getting rewarded. We're just going to have to see them continue to push through this low volume node. That's it. Come on. Let's start making our way through there. These deltas are low. There we go. That's nice clearing through that. Are we making any headway on our position? Nice. I'm honestly going to be looking, since this is a combine, be looking for a dollar amount as opposed to, anything else. So that would be taking out these overnight. 1537, I guess. This is a really nice move here. Really nice push. Really nice push. Here we go. Let's continue to see this thing go lower. We got a lot. I'm looking for the 64s right here, 64.75. I think we can go for this absorption no matter what. I'm going to go ahead and put my stop at break even. Now we're risk free on this trade. I want to be cautious too of this low that we're looking at here, this value area low. I might even just take some profits, but I'm really just wanting to be cautious of this low. Make sure we don't bounce. Okay, nice. We're getting a push through it. Coming up to my TP here. It's a dollar figure TP, but it also happens to align with the lows of this session, of the overnight session, and the previous day VWAP. So I think, attempting that previous day low volume node that I was talking about could be something, but this back here, this value area low on the current session is something that I'm going to be kind of, antsy to watch. I don't like how these buyers are reloading here, trying to lift this offer. It's a big negative delta close to there. I think I'm going to go ahead and just secure some profit on this. Okay, hold on. I want to be able to see. If we inverse this little miniature low volume node, I'm going to cut it. Okay. That's great. Let's see if we can continue to hold this and get a push lower. Take out the previous low, and we've got a big stack of absorption here, 65s. So hopefully we're just gonna have to get a pop through. I wouldn't want to see this thing come back. Come back up to this low volume node again. I think we're gonna be just fine. Yeah, that was just a rejection of the VWAP as well, which is a nice sign. A lot of buying up at the VWAP here. We're making our attempt into the absorption. Into the passive buyers. I'm gonna go ahead and take that right there. Wasn't my full 1500, but I don't want to bounce off this absorption. Now, we very well could continue to run right now. The problem is that I didn't want to bounce down here. If you can see in the bottom right, right here, I don't want to bounce. That's really a lot of strong buying stacking up. And I'm sure that we would clear below it, but that was a 3-lot trade on this combine. And so for that, we, I think that was about $1,000. This is a fresh combine. I think it's about $1,000. Yeah, 1,050. I told you it's a fresh combine right here. 1,050 is solid. This thing could very well. This could be one more test of what the VWAP and this zone, and this thing could just drop all day. But I'd rather know that I, didn't get screwed here and give up these profits. Maybe it was a little bit of a panic sell, but securing profits is better than nothing, I think. Yeah, here it comes. Look, 60. It's just, that's really heavy. I don't want to bounce here. I'm watching the book map on the right. Down here. Yeah. Here we go. Let's see if we can get those orders filled. I'm not in anything, but I just am curious to see, if we were going to bounce. Because that's kind of been sitting there for a while. And it lines up with this, and so I don't want to be the guy that gets his TP missed by a couple ticks. However, wow, that offer was lifted. It was lifted really nicely. I'm sure it'll run just fine. There it is, yeah. Nice. So that would have been my original TP. I don't know how many points I would have been asking for. I think it's 10 points. Yeah, 10 points. This thing's going to continue to flush. So that's cool. I don't really need to be upset about it. There's only a certain amount that I can make on this account right now, as y'all know. So it's perfectly fine with me. I'll take the 1,000 over a stop loss. 1,000's good. So all I got to do is, come in tomorrow or maybe later today. I don't know. I'm going to just have to watch this volume profile build out. But the point is that our analysis was correct, which is awesome. You guys watched me, from the time I sat down from the New York Open all the way until 20 minutes. So that's the point. That's what matters. I'm glad I got to record that. But anyway, thank you for watching live footage. And here's an aggressive push off these. So that's kind of what I just didn't want to see. I didn't want to get caught early. But regardless, I'll be able to size down to a 2 lot and just kind of finish it off. I think I just need what? For this account, I need 52, like $500. So I can put that in with a 2 lot, $500 easy with reduced risk, because there's no need to have that heavier risk. And I know, it's just an eval, but you don't want to practice bad habits by oversizing, over leveraging, over trading, and then you lose a trade and you could start going on tilt. And so if you just avoid those behaviors, then you kind of avoid practicing those behaviors, so just avoid it and keep practicing the things that work, and just being kind of nonchalant about it for me is what works. Wow, we really retraced, but that was nice. I'll make a trade recap for sure on that trade, but that was definitely super sweet. I'm glad that I got that. So awesome. All right, thanks.